Hey y'all, it's story time with Matt. I'm gonna tell y'all about my last 3 years. 3 years ago, I was here. I was staying at graduation day. It was Ole Miss. I had basketball. I had schoolwork. Did pretty good in both. Enough to where the University of Cincinnati offered me that bag, as in a full scholarship to graduate school. I also had 17 whole dollars in my bank account. So, what happened after that? I taught 2 classes. That's right, taught 2 classes at the University of Cincinnati, while taking a full slate of graduate classes, and 2 internships, and volunteering for Cincinnati men's basketball, and getting no sleep, and being socially isolated, and having no time on my hands. But I'm like, hey, getting a master's degree for free, so we're gonna keep working. How much did I get paid? $13,500 per year. My subsidized graduate school apartment was $846 a month. So if you can do basic math, you can figure out how tight things were. In fact, things were so tight, I lost 20 pounds my first semester. I was 165 at the beginning, 145 at the end. It's what happens when you don't count your calories. Started shopping based on calories per dollar. So then, you know what I did that summer after my first year of graduate school? Let's see, I had an unpaid internship with Fast Model. So I dug ditches. That's me digging a hole. Worked at Cincinnati basketball camps. Took trash out at IKEA, very smelly. And then in the evenings, I would do things for Fast Model to keep their content game up, to, keep building those schools so that employers one day would be like, hey, this guy's a go-getter, let's pick this guy up. Alright, so we're going to go into fall of 2018. Still got my 2 internships. I still got my full grad slate. I'm still volunteering with the Bearcats, and I'm doing more teaching. And as you can see with this guy right here, he's kind of going a bit insane. I ignored my mental health. I was probably extremely depressed. I didn't have a lot of happiness. No real friends. Just a lot of isolation and work and poverty. Winter break, thinking, hey, maybe I can break into college hoops. I don't know. Visit Ole Miss. Visit the old University of Memphis Tigers. Just hang out a few days with them. Pick their brains. Mostly with Ole Miss. It was great. Shout out Kermit Davis. Winter, spring. So I do more teaching. Start applying to jobs. I'm taking my classes. I write a nice 80-page paper as a little treat, but also because, I wanted to graduate. This is terrible, but I finished my master's degree with no debt. I had $300, which is an improvement from the $17 I had when I graduated undergrad. So I'm thinking, gonna take on the world. Gonna take on the world. Well, guess what? Basketball, at least that off season, door was slammed. So I'm like, I'm gonna make the private sector. I'm gonna throw in a bunch of applications. Rejection, rejection, rejection. I got a couple of interviews, both of them with Fortune 50 companies. It was cool. It was weird that the only companies that wanted me were Fortune 50, but I'll take it. But nope. Get to the final interviews there. They don't want me. Alright. Well, at least we'll get some feedback. Not enough experience, but also he's overqualified. A lot of great candidates, yada yada yada. A lot of generic. You get a lot of generic rejection letters like that. Well, guess what? As it turns out, when you graduate with $300, it's an easy way to go broke. That's right, you go broke. So I had no money. So, moved back to my parents' basement in Indianapolis, where after spending, 6 years building up connections in 2 cities, had to go to a place with no connections. And well, what's a better way to make some money than to work at the old childhood mall? $11 an hour, 20 hours a week. It's not much, it's meager, but for someone that needed capital, it was good enough for me. Then a pandemic hits. What? A pandemic? Well, saved my money, got furloughed. Somewhere in there I spent 10 days with Ole Miss hoops. Saved up to 15K. I mean, I saved up 15K with the furlough and everything, so life's a little bit better. My car's paid off, have money, still no career. So, you know what? I'm thinking, screw it. Let's see what basketball has. Well, as it turns out, when you cancel the big tournament, basketball teams, they run out of money. Late this summer, I thought there was an opportunity. Interview with the Mountain West School. Didn't get it, but it was cool to interview. There were a lot of opportunities that looked like they were going to be something. They weren't there. So no. And yeah, so we're here. Does the private sector want me? Or does the private sector hire anybody at this point? Probably not. Basketball was... I don't know. Basketball might be a thing. I don't know. But we'll see. That's for the next update. Do I have sanity? It's kind of losing that. But that might be pandemic related, social isolation related. Who knows? Getting younger? No. Sure aren't. I'm turning 26 in September. So what are the pros right now? Yeah, got a master's degree. No debt. Sure, a lot of good baseline experience. Generally competent. I like to think I'm generally competent, sans the handwriting skills of which I'm not that competent in. Cons. I don't really have a career right now. I mean, it's nice not to be completely unemployed. At least I'm not losing like gobs of money every month. But it would be nice to have a career with a little more upper mobility. Something where you're doing your passion and what you know you're good at. And, just the idea that in this world, after getting rejected so many times, I think I've gotten to the final interview like 9 times, and every time it's no. And you're unsure if anybody's going to take a chance on you. Quite frankly, that's probably just me being paranoid, but it's still something that creeps in the back of your mind if all of these great organizations are telling you no, who's going to say yes? Once again, probably paranoia, but it's still in the back of your mind. And then you got to make a list of things you want. I do want financial independence. I don't need to make $1 million, but I would like to, be able to afford a studio apartment and pay my own bills. And a job where I don't lose money every month. It doesn't have to be my passion, though, I like to think I put in the work where, hey, I put in, enough work to do good work in what I want to do, but not everybody can have that. I also just want to be able to have a little bit to be able to socialize, to be able to have friendships, maybe one day own a dog. I don't know, but not asking for the world's most lavish lifestyle, but just getting that Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So yeah, it's one of those things where life isn't crazy. I mean, there are people my age out here having kids on purpose. There are people out here buying houses. There are people out here doing things that are incredible, and I'm happy for them. At the same time, it's weird. You think you did all of the right things, and sometimes it doesn't work out, or at least not right away. Life's a marathon, not a sprint. Well, so far in the marathon, I've tripped a lot. And I hope that these scrapes on my knees heal, and we keep grinding, and we make the world a better place. Goodbye, everybody.